Hi everyone, we've had a really interesting development on the Archbishop's statement about Israel, and it's an answer to prayer. In case you missed it, we joined forces of other ministries to call out the Archbishop for his remarks that Israel's presence in the occupied Palestinian territories is unlawful, and for accusing Israel of systemic discrimination against people living within Gaza. Now, we're not going to go into our response to what the Archbishop said. You can watch that video in the description below. But we will stand firm and reiterate our point that the Archbishop has taken an unbiblical and inflammatory stance against Israel and the Jewish people. And it's not just ministries like ourselves noticing the error in what the Archbishop has said. Reverend Giles Fraser, one of the Archbishop's own vicars within the Church of England, has condemned the Archbishop's attacks on Israel. The Reverend argued, and I quote, "If you insist on talking politics, then get it right," and goes on to say, what he must not do is delegitimise a democratic state whose perfectly legitimate obligation is to protect its own citizens. And that is exactly what the Archbishop has done in supporting what the ICJ has said. Now, we as Bible-believing Christians want to stand on God's word. We don't call out errors from Christian leaders because we enjoy it. We do it because we want to protect God's namesake and honour him. And it's not just those within the Christian sphere who have noticed the comments from the Archbishop. Chief Rabbi Dr. Warren Goldstein, who is the Chief Rabbi of South Africa, has released a powerful video condemning the Archbishop alongside the Pope. Here's a snippet.
At a time when Europe's future hangs in the balance, its two most senior Christian leaders, the head of the Catholic Church, Pope Francis, and the head of the Church of England, Archbishop Justin Welby, have abandoned their most sacred duty to protect and defend the values of the Bible. The world is locked in a civilizational battle of values, threatened by terrorism and violent jihad. Now is the time for religious leaders to come to the defense of society, to speak up for Western values and freedoms. Instead, Pope Francis and the Anglican Archbishop are silent, indifferent to the murder of Christians in Africa and to the threat of terrorism throughout Europe, and outright hostile to Israel's attempts to battle these jihadi forces led by Iran.
If you'd like to watch the full video, we put a link in the description below. But he goes on to ask the question, how can anyone who believes in the Bible say that Israel is an illegal occupier of the Temple Mount? And that's pretty much the same line as what we're trying to raise here. If you're so staunchly against Israel, the question must be asked, are you reading the same Bible as Christians are? The same Bible that explains that God's promises to his people are everlasting, that God promised to bring Israel into a nation in the end times and bring his people back to that nation. Israel is the apple of God's eye. He said it himself, and that's the exact same viewpoint we want to have as Christians. So please do keep praying for the situation. We hope that other leaders come to recognise and condemn the comments from the Archbishop. And if you do want to read the original letter we sent to the Archbishop, we've added it into our latest prayer bulletin. And all you need to do is register as a prayer partner on our website to gain access. So thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. God bless.